and then you come across an amazing person, and I'm sure all the amazing people you know, you've met them on the Standpoint so far. Not too long ago, I had a call from a very young lady who said to me, Auntie Gifty, I want to come and share my experience on the Standpoint. What is the experience? Well, she had a date with cancer. Yes, you heard me right. She had a date with a cancer. What happened at that date? Well, thank God, she came back alive. My name is Gifty. Auntie, welcome to the Standpoint. Let me say thank you to DTP New Star for my cloth. Ophelia Crossland Design Sews for me. Makeup is by Aligina Makeover. Pava Cosmetics provides us with a makeup product, and Matilda Hood Couture MHC takes care of my beading needs, my henema, and of course all the wood in the studio. We take a short break. When we come back, we meet this amazing young lady who is simply beautiful. We'll be back.
Class, this is Nescofa. Today our topic is anemia. Anemia is a medical condition where there is lack of iron in the blood. Symptoms may include headaches, weakness, loss of appetite, and tiredness.
Nescofa Blood Tonic is fortified with iron, prevents and treats anemia, and ensures good health. Another quality product from NS Chemists.
Welcome back to the Standpoint. The Standpoint is sponsored by Anointed Electrical Engineering Services, the generator expert, and Auntie Mary Gripe Water, and Nescofa Blood Tonic, produced by NS Chemists. Well, if you're just joining us, today we have an encounter with a beautiful young lady. Not only is she beautiful and intelligent, she's very polite. She had a date with cancer, and she's here to tell us about it. She is Nicole Weswamo Puamang. She's laughing at me. I didn't pronounce the middle name well, right?
No, it's normal.
Oh, it's normal. What's it? Okay, how do you pronounce the middle name?
Weswamo.
Weswamo. What does it mean?
God's love.
God's love. Wow. Weswamo. Nicole Weswamo Puamang. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
How old are you?
12.
12 years?
Yes.
12 when? When is your birthday?
24th November.
24th November. So this year you'll be 13.
Yes.
You get into the teens.
Yes.
Are you excited about getting into the teens?
Yes.
So you have gone through cancer.
Yes.
What kind of cancer did you have?
It was, the name is osteosarcoma, and it was cancer of the thigh.
How did you know, or how was it diagnosed?
Well, I had a thigh ache for some time, and my mom decided to massage it, but after a while it was still there. So we decided to see a general practitioner, and after we took some x-rays and blood tests, then she said it was an infection. So we were treated for an infection. But
for how long?
For about a month.
Okay.
But after a month, they said we need to see a specialist. So then we were referred to a specialist, and when we went there, the specialist still treated an infection. And when we read about it, it was that within a few weeks, if it keeps on crying, it's like 8 weeks, which is 2 months. But after 3 months, it was still there. So my mom said we should seek a second opinion. So we went to see one doctor at La, who said that if they might do a surgery on to check, like it's more like a biopsy. But what the other doctor had told us, that he was going to scrape off a mass. So after that we went. So that was it. And still So we
So
decided.
they did a surgery?
We decided to go to Kolibo.
All right, okay.
And we didn't have a referral. We needed referral and a lot of things, but we didn't have any. So we met a nurse, and he helped us with some orthopedic surgeons. We were fortunate enough to be able to see them on the day they were having surgery, so all the doctors were around.
Okay.
And when Dr. Beidu and Dr. Badu saw it, they realized that it was no good. So they excused
Dr.
me.
Badu of Kolibo?
Yes.
Okay, and Dr. Beidu is also of
yes.
yeah.
And they excused me out. And they told my mother everything, and later on I was called back in.
What did they tell your mother?
They said it's serious and I would have to do a biopsy to check what exactly it is.
Okay.
So
I know now you know all the medical terms, but what's a biopsy?
a biopsy is just a minor surgery to take part of the skin to check for an infection.
Okay.
So the biopsy was done and the lab results came out, and it said it was a tumor. It was a tumor, so we had to we immediately had to rush with everything. And because since it has been touched, it erupts quickly.
Because it's a tumor?
Yes, because it's a tumor. So we started making arrangements to travel. Most of the work was by my parents. I was not even awake.
They were doing things behind you.
Yes. So first,
But how was the pain? Before we get it, how was the pain?
well, after the surgery, it was quite painful, but after a day, everything was okay.
But were you able to walk at that time?
Not really.
You were working with a lot of pain?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So they did the arrangements and they realized that UK was too expensive. US was the same. And my aunt and uncle and UK said we should pick between SA and India, but SA was slow to respond, so we picked India because they were quite immediate about everything. And they said they'll need to do only a surgery, so it'll be about a month. So we just packed a few things and we set off.
To India?
Yes, to India.
Okay, before we get to India, why did you need a surgery so badly? At that time, did you know that it was a cancer? Or you just knew that it was a tumor?
Yes.
You were told it was a tumor?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you got to India.
We got to India and immediately they started a treatment. We did a PET scan and we did some blood,
What's a PET scan?
A PET scan is it's a thorough body check. It's like an X-ray, but it's for the whole body to check where exactly the tumor is, whether it's local, which is at the same place.
And this was not done to you in Ghana? You didn't do that one in Ghana?
No.
Okay.
So we did that and we did some blood tests and a few other scans. So when all that was done, by the following day we received the results. And we were told that it's big, so they will have to shrink it. And
the tumor?
Yes, the tumor. They have to shrink it before they will do the surgery.
And the tumor was in your thigh?
Yes, in my thigh. Meaning the time was going to be extended. So we thought if it's going to keep long, that would be like 2 months. But unfortunately for us, they said it was going to be 6 months. And that was very difficult because I was going to miss my siblings and my dad. And so after the results, we just went home and we didn't want to feel so sad. So we bought a chicken and fried it.
But were you sad?
I was kind of sad, but after everything.
When you were being told all those things that it was a tumor and all that, were you scared? Did you understand what was happening to you?
I didn't understand anything. The following day, we woke up and we went to the hospital and we immediately started everything. And we were told we have to do chemo.
Chemo, yeah.
So we started the chemo, and the first chemo was really difficult. And there were a lot of effects to it, such as anemia and hair loss and the darkening of my nails and many others.
Like?
I don't remember the rest.
So you lost all your hair?
Yes.
I hear chemo is very painful.
Yes. Very painful.
First chemo, how long did it take?
It took about almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Because there were a lot of side effects, so they had to break it in.
Okay.
Start.
So take me through the chemo. What exactly was done to you in terms of chemo?
Well, it was in the form of an IV.
Okay.
So I received about...
IV is injection through the vein?
Yes.
Okay, like a drip?
Yes, like a drip.
Okay.
So it was about 30 per cycle.
30?
30 IVs per
30
cycle.
IVs per cycle?
Yes. And it's for 24 hours. Every drip is for 24 hours. And it's 3 different drips. And it's in an orange-like color. So they'll give it to you and you become very weak. You can't really do much. So that's basically what chemo is. So
after the first chemo, which took 2 weeks, the side effects were the hair loss and all that you were talking about.
Yes.
You didn't react in any way in terms of throwing up and feeling horrible?
There was a lot. I was feeling really nauseous and I threw up easily. If I eat anything, then I'm going to throw up and everything. So when the cycle was done, we went home and I had an infection. So we had
after the 2 week cycle,
yes,
you had an infection.
Yes. So we had to come back. And when we came back, they said, well, I have to stay in the hospital and take some blood because it seems my HB was low. So I had to,
okay. So where was the infection? But it was in your body somewhere. They said it was in your system. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So we were in the hospital for another 3 days on the blood. After we went home and stayed for the remaining week, and we came for the remaining 2 cycles. After which we had some tests before the surgery. When the surgery was done, we started physio. Actually, I was in intensive care for about 2 days.
Now take me through the surgery.
The surgery was painful, but I was under anesthetic and it was really, really painful. And when we were done, I had to stay in bed for a very long time without moving my leg.
Yeah, like how many weeks?
They didn't mention, but it was quite long.
Yeah.
And so we started.
So the surgery, what they had to cut open your thigh?
Yes.
And go into the bone.
Yes. So we started physio, and I was having some really bad things anytime I do physio. So the doctor came and realized that there was a shift in the prosthesis, which is a plastic they used to replace the bone, like the chunk that they've taken. And they realized
okay, so they took a chunk of your bone away.
Yes, the parts
that the tumor was in, and then they put a prosthesis
yes.
in there. It's like plastic,
yes.
And they put it there,
yes.
To replace the bone that was taken away.
And they realized it had shifted, so they had to redo it. But
the second surgery.
Yes, the second
cut open your thigh again.
Yes. They called my mom out and they told her everything. But the way she said it, I didn't really take it seriously. Yes. I thought it was something small. So we went again and we did it. We went for the second surgery and I came back that day because it was not so serious. I came back that day and they said no movement again. I should lie in bed. Because of the stiffness, I had bed sores. And so after 2 months, we went back home. I couldn't move much. They had to do everything for me. I was in bed and bathing. They have to carry me to the bathroom. But sometimes they clean me, and the food, so I had to take it in my room. So everything was brought upstairs. After some time, I was able to move around. So we went back to the hospital for a checkup, and they said everything was okay. And we would have to do radiation. So we did the radiation, and my skin darkened, and it started peeling off. And we thought that the radiation was like the ending. So we started packing, actually.
Radiation, you did how many? How long?
It was for 30 days. That
For
was
30 days,
like
1
about
month.
a month, yeah.
A month for radiation. You're going every day?
Yes, every day.
Every day?
Except weekends.
Except weekends. Okay.
So we thought like the radiation was the end. And after the radiation, we went to see the doctor, only for him to tell us that we are left with 3 cycles of chemo.
After the first 3 that you did?
Yes.
Before the surgery?
Yes.
After surgery, the 2 surgeries, you had to go through what? Physio, then what? Radiation, and then you're going to go through chemo again. 3 cycles of chemo again.
The remaining 3 cycles.
And those are 30 IVs per cycle.
Over 30.
Over 30 IVs per cycle.
Yes.
Cycle, sorry.
Yes. So it was not so bad because this time I was kind of
used to
expecting, yes.
Okay.
So we went through the 3 cycles and everything was over. So we started packing, getting ready to come back home. And
okay, let me take a break and come back. When we come back, you will continue. You're watching The Standpoint, and we are listening to Nicole's date with cancer, all the way in India. We'd like to say thank you to Yep Cleaning Services, who keep our environment clean for us. Thank you to Matamit for the port. Cake Techniques provides us with some pastries, and Awake purified water produced by Casa Preco Company Limited. They also give us water. Water, they say, is life, not the kind of water that they give for IVF, for a chemo cycle. No, purified water that you drink. So it's important you drink a lot of water. And we'll take a break. We'll be back.
There is this new generator set we would like to introduce to you in this era of power outages.
I hope this time around you're going to give her something better.
Yes. Let's go out and have a test run.
Hey, you call this box a generator? Get a quality one from Anointed Electrical Engineering Services.
Come to Anointed Electrical Engineering Services for a permanent solution to your power problems. We do 24/7 after sales service, sales of spare parts for all generators and cables, and we repair all generators even if you didn't buy from us. Locate our head office at number 77 Anointed House off of Dokomala Main Road. Anointed, the generator experts.
come back to the standpoint. The standpoint, as you know, is supported by GTP New Style, who gave me my cloth. And this is New Style. GTP is 50 years of styling the nation, still timeless. Yes, you know, I like to rock the GTP cloth. It's the best. It's our own. Yeah, dear. Let's make it, you know, proud. Thank you to Ophelia Crossline Design. She sews for me. My makeup is by Aligina Makeover. Makeup products by Paba Cosmetics. And my BD needs provided by MHC. Matilda Hood Couture. They take care of, you know, our centerpiece and coffee table as well. You know, just simply wood, simply unique. Something you definitely need to get. Now, we've heard Nicole's story, part of it anyway, but her mother, I hate to say it, but amazing woman. I just wonder what a mother, you know, how a mother would be feeling seeing her daughter go through this. Gloria, how are you?
I'm good.
First of all, please put your hands together for this woman. You know, much respect, and I'm really proud of you. So for 8 months, you had to leave. How many children do you have?
3.
3 children. So you had to leave them here and then go with Nicole
Yes.
to India. Now, how was it like how did you feel when you were first told that it's a tumor in her thigh?
Actually, we were all hoping that if even it's a tumor, it will not be cancerous. Because we were told that it could be a tumor, but it could be that it's not
benign or something,
yes.
Yeah.
So our prayer was that it will not be cancerous. Because even when I was told that it's a tumor, well, it was really difficult. It was really difficult and it's not like she falls sick. She's the type that does not fall sick. And the doctors kept asking if she's a sickle cell. If they kept asking some questions that pertains to the fact that she's been sick or whether she's been vomiting. No, nothing really. She just complained of thigh ache. And then we all thought it was a muscle stretch, so I'll massage it for her. But it took so long. So eventually, when we were told at Kolebu that was it. Even the initial test we did was about 1,000 cedis. That was what we did immediately. So we went ahead. But when the test came, they said it was cancerous. And they said if they do biopsy, it happens that it grows faster. So we need to move immediately. Because they are not even sure that the following week it will not be somewhere else.
That's right.
So we needed to move immediately. And we were not prepared. And immediately, as she said, we had to go. But
right. So in India, when you were seeing her go through all these things, the chemo, the surgery.
In fact, the chemo, we had read about chemo. But I always say that the reading is different from the experience. They said that, you lose your hair and all that. But when she started the chemo, the first day, nothing happened. So we said, this thing is cool. We'll go through it by God's grace. You know, through it all, we were praying and we knew that we'll pull through by God's grace. So when the second day, she complained of restlessness. And all of a sudden, she was panting and she couldn't breathe. So over there, then, I just couldn't take it. But through it all, I was trying to, because everybody said if I'm weak, then it will not be possible for her to be okay. So I was trying to be strong, but it was very difficult. And she was breathless. We called in the doctors, they rushed, and immediately they stopped the chemo for some time. And they also said they couldn't stop for over 24 hours. That would be too long a break. So whatever it is, it means that I have to look at her, go through that all together. It got to a point I really wanted to run away with her because it was too much. Then we went through it, and the days that came by, every day there's a problem. Today, And she can't eat. When she eats, everything will come out. But she's the one who will say that, Mommy, I'll eat again. So when she throws up, we'll wait a little and then she'll try again. And then she kept throwing up. So for me, I couldn't eat because I just couldn't stand it. But
Did you get into that stage where you started asking yourself questions, feeling bad, thinking
really
that you did something wrong?
Yes, I
thinking
really
maybe
asked.
it could be spiritual and all those things.
I did several times. There was even one time she finished throwing up. And when she throws up like that, it's like she becomes weak. So then she asks, but Mommy, why does it have to be me? So over there, I had to be strong for her. But I also kept asking, why does it have to be me? You know? So when she said that, immediately I told her that God knows why. But we should keep praying and everything will be fine.
Were you afraid she was going to die?
I was scared to death myself. Because there was a time, the surgery, when we did the first one, and then they said the prosthesis had shifted. I thought that time I would die. Because they called me, the doctors called me. We had about 6 doctors for various parts. So they called me and then they said that they are finished with the surgery and all that. But the pain she's having is unusual. So when they took the x-ray, they realized that the thing they fixed in is loose. Yeah. So, you know, the bone was cut and they removed that part. So if you look at the thigh bone as it is, they've taken out a piece of it. So they've put in the prosthesis in there. So if there's a shift, it means that you can't really walk. Even if they finish everything, you can't walk because it will be shaking. So that was the explanation they gave. And they said they have to redo the surgery. So I asked how they were going to do that. They said they have to cut open, and the thigh was cut open from the top to the knee. So then, if they are going to do that again, I really... So I was... because I told God that he should let us go through. And I asked him to be at the theater. So I was thinking that if he was there, then how did it go wrong? Yeah. You know? But through it all, when day breaks, we are good.
Let's take a break. We'll be back.
You know, and when I finish praying and crying out, anytime I wake up, I'm strong enough to go through.
But how did you feel knowing that you had left your 2 other children here? You've left your husband.
I was really worried because my husband is quite busy with work. So I really didn't know how they were going to fare. But by the grace of God, in fact, God puts a lot of things in place for me, and I'm very grateful.
And you had a business here too?
Yeah.
You are the main person?
It had to be on hold. Because the people who were in place, they were trying their best. But some of the clients, they were just not.
Yeah, because satisfied. You're not there.
Yeah, because I was not there. Yeah. That was her doctor. That was the orthopedic doctor. He came to dress the tie. So it was like that. It had to be, the tie will have to lie straight. And my fear was that she doesn't sit down. She's very active.
Yeah.
And they told us that she can't shift because the thing can turn again. So in the night, I lie on the bed and I hold that leg. And then the other one, she can shift.
So that means you don't sleep? No. You don't sleep. You have to be awake.
I couldn't sleep, actually. But that work too was there for me to do. And at times when she says, Mommy, then I say Jesus. Because I don't
know what is coming next. When she says Mommy, then you go, Jesus.
I go like Jesus. He has to take control.
Let me go to Dr. Nihat Salifu, Senior Resident Doctor, Pediatric Oncology Unit, Kolebu Teaching Hospital, who also saw Nicole. Doc, good to have you on the standpoint.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, please explain. How do you get there? What's the name again?
Osteosarcoma.
I can't even hear what you're saying.
Osteosarcoma.
Osteosarcoma or whatever it is. How do you get it?
So basically, children do get cancers. And whenever a child is diagnosed with cancer, the story is out there that is spiritual. There are causes for cancers, but for a large majority of them in children, it's difficult to tell. So we consider that to be a cause that is unknown. The good news about childhood cancers are that most of them, close to 95% of them, can be cured, unlike you would see in adults.
So the cause of osteosarcoma is not known.
It's not known.
It's not known.
And
it comes in the form of a tumor.
Yes. Unfortunately, Nicole had this going on for months before it was picked up. It's simply because the awareness is not out there, even amongst health workers, which is a lot of work we are doing right now just to create the awareness.
So at this point, would you say that Nicole has been cured?
When Nicole was leaving India, after all the tests, they ran another test called a PET scan. And at that point, it was conclusive that she had been cured.
She had been cured?
Yes.
So you defeated cancer?
Yes.
You went on a date with cancer and you defeated him?
Yes.
This one, they normally say that disease has the face of a woman, but this one, it's a him. It's a very foolish boy. That cancer is a very, very foolish boy. But you came out victorious.
Yes.
And who do you think did it?
God.
God, of course. God did it. Let me take a short break. When we come back, Nicole will tell us about a foundation she's launching and what she's going to use the foundation for. The Standpoint is sponsored by Anointed Electrical Engineering Services. The generator expert will take a letter there for them to give us some money. Anointed Electricals. We'll take some later there. Okay. And also Auntie Mary Gripe Water and Nescofa Blood Tonic, produced by NS Chemist. That one too, you're bringing a letter. There. We are supported by Gogot Yogurt, Pilco Fruit Juices. They produce the daily fruit juice. Awake Mineral Water. And of course, supported by House of Foods and Cake Technique. Yep, cleaning services. Make sure that our environment is clean. We take a short break. When we come back, we'll be hearing about Nicole's foundation.
Hush, my little baby.
For babies' tummy pains, minor digestive upsets, or teething, caring mothers everywhere use Auntie Mary's Baby Gripe Mixture. It's quick, effective, and sure to leave babies smiling again in no time. Auntie Mary's Baby Gripe Mixture from NS Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
Welcome back to the Standpoint. Now tell me about your foundation.
Currently, I'm catching up with school, and I am.
Yeah, that's so. You had to miss almost a whole year in school. So what? You had to go back, repeat a class, or you jumped?
I continued.
You continued.
Yes.
Lucky you. Good on you.
And I am working on a project called West Amos Cancer Foundation, and it's basically to help children with cancer. And currently I'm doing a research on why Ghana, in fact Africa, doesn't have one except in SC.
Doesn't have what?
The PET scan.
PET scan.
Yes, doesn't have a PET scan.
So you are doing what? A research?
Yes, a research.
On why Africa, apart from SA, doesn't have a PET scan. How old again did you say you are?
12.
12 years, okay. You are doing a research on it?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I'm done, then I would see what I have to do to be able to, get one for the country.
Okay. So your major aim is to make sure that you raise some funds to get a PET scan for Ghana?
Yes.
Okay.
And also to be able to get the funds, I'll have a yearly child fashion show, and also I'm going to launch my book and
launch your
book.
Okay.
And publish my blog.
Let's go back again. You are going to what? Launch your book.
My book.
So you've written a book.
I am still writing.
What's the book about?
It's about my story.
About your story?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And I am going to publish my blog.
Your blog?
Yes, blog.
Blog?
Yes.
BLOG?
Yes.
And the blog is going to be about what?
The same thing, my story.
Your story?
Yes.
So every time you're going to share something,
Yes.
why these, three things: the foundation, your book, and then your blog? Why do you think those are the best way to help address the issue of childhood cancers and the need to get a PET scan for the country?
Well, childhood cancer has to be talked about, and because some people, because of the expensive treatment, some people just leave it, and the cancer grows, and eventually they die. But I am making the foundation such that we'll be able to sponsor some people to be able to continue with the treatment. And all these things will be able to raise funds for the foundation.
Right.
So when I'm done with my research, I'll start working on everything. So with your permission,
right,
I would like to launch West Almost Cancer Foundation and post the account number just in case someone wants to donate.
Okay.
To the.
So today we are launching the Westwamo Cancer Foundation on the standpoint today.
Yes.
And I think it deserves an applause. And so what are the details? If people want to reach you and join your team and volunteer, how will they find you? Also, they have to call the number on the screen?
The number, yes.
Okay. As your mother said, I mean, treatment is very, very expensive.
Yes, very expensive.
Very expensive. Are you planning on refunding some of the money to your parents? Some of the money they spent on you? Yes. When you grow up and you make some money,
yes,
yeah, you place it. So how has it been like when you came back? Bonding with your siblings, your father, school?
I was really excited because I had really missed them. Over there, I was isolated, so there was not so much fun. But when I got back, everything, it was not so bad, it was okay.
Okay. But are you worried that you can't do some of the things that you used to do again?
No, really.
Not really, you're not worried?
No.
Okay, either you are too brave, or you are just too no. Which one? Choose one. Are you too brave or you are too no?
Too brave.
Too brave. You're not worried. No, but I guess you are grateful that you are alive.
Yes.
I'm sure you've heard stories of others who went through it and didn't survive.
Yes.
Yeah. But you survived.
Yes.
So in conclusion, what have you got to say to Ghanaians watching you, parents watching you, young people watching you, those who are going through the same thing that you went through, and because of lack of money, they can't go through the treatment? Because not everybody can take their child to India or South Africa for treatment, you know that?
Yes. Well, I'd like to thank God for my testimony, and I'd also like to thank my family for their support given. And I would like to tell all those going through this that it's not over. With God, everything is possible. So they should keep on praying.
You should keep on praying.
Yes.
It is well.
Yes, it's well.
All right, we take a break. When we come back, I'll give you a bit of me. What can I say? Amazing young lady, a very confident, strong lady. And maybe we would like to put it to the fact that maybe she doesn't really understand what she went through. Or whatever it is, I'm sure when we finally get to read her book, we'll understand what she's been through. Childhood cancers is with us. There are quite a number of children going through that. But some of them, they cannot afford it. Some of them, parents, because they do not have money, pretend that they do not know. Our health system needs a real shake-up. And it's not up to us to keep on waiting for government to do anything anymore. We all need to chip in our little bit. Our little princess here, 12 years old, doing research on why Africa, apart from South Africa, doesn't have a PET scan. She wants to get one for Ghana. What are you going to do about it? Could be anybody. Could happen to anybody's child. She was not born with cancer. It just developed when she was about 10, 11 years. It just happened. Nobody knows. We don't know the cause. Do you have the money to take your child abroad for treatment? What if you take that child abroad and she doesn't survive because it was not detected early? Put in your little bit. Let us support the young lady. Get Ghana a PET scan. The numbers are crawling again, and how to contact her is also, the number is on the screen. Please, let's all get involved and support this good cause. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.